Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Tractorman 44 here. Hey, you saw the missus and I finished moving those logs and stuff, getting them out of the way to kind of clean up the area. Well, I'm going to tell you why. We do not get the opportunity to process material as we get it in. So sometimes it sits there for a year or 2 years, or in some cases, 3 years. And that results in a lot of deterioration on the outside portions. So a lot of that bark and stuff falls off. A lot of the sapwood kind of turns rotten and everything, but still the heartwood is still good. So what we do periodically is we just kind of relocate everything so that we can consolidate, see what we have, and put the worst of everything into the firewood pile, and then go ahead and clean up the area. And then what we do when we clean up the area, because things are deteriorating, and there's also topsoil and stuff, around here we're churning up and everything, and there's all kinds of bugs and critters like that end up in all this dirt. We just build compost pile, and we continuously turn those compost piles over the course of the year, and then just kind of sift the top out of it, and kind of get the best we can, for garden topsoil, and it works out pretty well. We maintain pH and everything, where it's supposed to be, once we put it in the garden, but it's never, very seldom is the pH ever off very far at all. It doesn't have to do a whole lot to maintain the correct pH, which is roughly 7. So that's what I'm doing right now. We got those logs moved out of the way, so we're going to kind of push all this stuff here, into a pile, and we're going to let it set, because I'm not going to move it into the compost pile just yet, but that ultimately be where it ends up. Here's one of the compost piles that was in the background of some of the videos. That thing here is about 7.5 foot tall, and it's about 12 or so foot wide at the base, and that's been building here for a number of years, and I have not churned it yet this fall, and it's ready to be churned. And here's another compost pile back in by the other area where we have logs. It's about the same size, just not quite as tall, but it's much wider in diameter. And if you look, you can see the sticks and the branches and the more rotten pieces of wood. We just churn those things right in there and smash them all up, and periodically whenever we're turning them, we turn up, like snake nests, little eggs that are soft-shelled eggs, and that's typically a non-venomous snake. Venomous snakes typically give live birth, so it's nothing to be concerned about, and I hate to disturb them, but we always kind of take care of them whenever we do find them. Then way back in the woods back there, about, I don't know, close to probably 75 yards or better, is another pretty large compost pile. That's in behind where we stage the trailers, and there's a few other sawmill parts and pieces over there, and a few other things that we kind of keep in storage. So yeah, we're not at a loss when it comes to topsoil. Well, guys, it might not look any better to you guys, but it sure as the devil looks better to me. I got a little bit of room to breathe in here now. We can come in and don't have to worry about busting our tires on any of those big old chunks and stuff that we piled up. And yeah, even got some rocks pushed out of the way. Just a little bit more preliminary and we'll be ready to find a spot to park that mill back in here. So at any rate, what I just piled up was this right over here. And that's all the debris from where these logs and stuff were. Of course, there's some topsoil and stuff mixed in there, but that'll go right into the compost pile and it'll turn dark before too long and it'll be ready to use. So that was just a quick, simple little seat time video. It's what we call a tractor therapy, you know what I mean? Sometimes if you go for too long a period of time without sitting on the seat and grabbing the steering wheel, you know, you kind of long for it, you know. So that should take care of your tractor therapy session for the day. So you know what? This is Tractor Man 44. I'm out of here, guys.